Hey, it's Diane Vives. We're at Spark Fitness Club. This is a great brand new club here in Austin. It's beautiful. Everything's nice and new, which is really fun and fantastic. I've got Jessica Clark here. She's one of the trainers here that's going to be helping me out. And what we're going to focus on today is I want to share a few things that I've learned this summer. And Gary Gray and Dan John have shared some great things about different carry positions and walks that you can use during your warm-up, gain a lot of postural integrity, really strengthen the system the way it's meant to be used, and it translates to a lot of different things. Then we're going to show you some trunk stability stuff and ways to build your pull-up. So what we're going to start with is when you want to choose the weight when we're using kettlebell, we're going to use the bottom-up position just to simply find out what's the perfect weight for you to go through the carry positions. We want to make sure that you can hold this for about 10 seconds with a nice neutral wrist position. That's all we're going to do. That's just a check to choose your weight. Okay? Now what we're going to do is I'm going to have Jessica get into an overhead position, and in the overhead position she's got a nice packed shoulder, streamline, arm is right by the ear. She's going to maintain that position, nice tabletop with the shoulders, tabletop with the hips, and she's going to take some short steps forward and back. She really maintains that integrity. Straight elbow that stays extended. She's going to come back, make that turn. When you're doing this for a warm-up, you're going to go only as far as you can maintain the integrity through the entire movement. It's a self-limiting exercise. Then we're going to bring it down. Second position is the front carry. This front carry, make sure you got the elbow tucked nice and close to the body. You kettlebell people will really appreciate this. Now we're going to take that same walk position. Here it's really important that we see no lateral bending or loss in position for the trunk. That's going to be key in this carry position, and that's where you might see some breakdown. Nice short steps, really making sure it's almost effortless with the steps. Now we're going to take that down to a suitcase carry. It's really important. She's actually going to feel like she's punching downward to really pack the shoulder, engage the lats, get a great shoulder central position here. She's going to maintain that walking forward. You don't want the kettlebell to swing, and you want to make sure you got that same tabletop position with the shoulders and with the hips. You can see she's doing a great job. She maintains that posture. This translates into a lot of great strength, especially in this unilateral one-sided position that you're doing the carries on. All right, so now we're going to transition to the push-ups. Now, with this one, when we look at some of the different positions, this one I was reminded of, I saw it as what was Martin Rooney was calling Thai push-ups. If you haven't caught Martin, he's got training for the Warriors, good information for the pros out there. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to start in an up position, and as she goes down, she's going to do a knee punch right to that outside of the shoulder. That's a great way to look at that lateral transition. We're driving the weight to the outside and challenging the trunk stability. The next one, she's actually going to go down into a push-up, and as she comes up, she's going to knee punch straight towards the chest. That's that vertical punch, good integrity through the system, good integrity through the trunk. And then the next one, we're actually going to do a cross punch. We're going to go down and cross punch right towards that opposite shoulder, maintaining integrity all the way through. So that gives you 3 great positions to challenge that trunk stability and that upper body strength. All right, so the last one is going to be a builder for the pull-up. Now on this one, what we're focusing here is basically how we're going to challenge building the pull-up. The sticking points are always that bottom position and the up position. Those are your weak points. We always focus on the movement in between, but if we can strengthen those end points on the hang, it's going to allow you to have a lot better strength and endurance through the entire movement, and we can work these into tempos. All right, so what Jessica's going to show now is just the hang position. So now this is literally an isometric hang. We're looking to build over time. At any point, if she loses position, that meaning that we lose the space between the ear and the shoulder, we see any excessive bowing of the trunk, and we've lost any type of position, that's where we're going to actually end that movement. We're going to only hold that movement as long as you can keep the integrity. We're going to build this over time. It starts at maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds, all the way up to a minute, depending on what your endurance level is with this movement. And so the next one is going to be in the up position. So for those of you that really want to focus on how to really get the grip strength too, there's a tremendous amount of grip strength in just holding the position, okay? And so she's actually going to really hold that at the top position just as long as she can and really maintain that just for a few holds. And then once she loses the integrity of that, she's just going to let it go. Good job. All right, so on that one, you can play with it. We'll put something on the web so that we'll show you how we can play with tempo, going through the movement, doing holds at the bottom and at the top. We can really build the pull-up, doing a lot of those great variations.